Niacin's reputation as a heart-healthy, energy-boosting, NAD+ building champion of wellness becomes far more complicated the moment it steps into oncology's biochemical boxing ring. Here, it's no longer the friendly vitamin riding in on a multivitamin horse to rescue your mitochondria. It becomes a molecular double agent. On one hand, niacin supports normal cell function and DNA repair, qualities that should, in theory, make it a natural cancer preventer. On the other hand, its central role in fueling NAD+ levels, a vital energy molecule also exploited by rapidly dividing cancer cells, has sparked debate over whether niacin is inadvertently helping the enemy. The twist lies in the so-called NAD+ rescue pathways, metabolic lifelines that keep NAD+ levels from plummeting under cellular stress. Normal cells use these pathways to survive everything from intense exercise to oxidative damage. But cancer cells, the ultimate stress junkies, hijack these same systems to meet their insatiable demand for energy and biomass. The rate at which they burn through NAD+ is astronomical, especially in tumors relying on glycolysis, the Warburg effect, a process that churns out energy without oxygen but chews up NAD+ like popcorn at a movie theater. Feeding them extra niacin is a bit like giving a sugar-addicted raccoon the keys to a candy store. Niacin enters this drama mainly through its ability to fuel NAD+ via the Price Handler pathway via nicotinic acid or the salvage pathway via nicotinamide. In both cases, cancer cells can leverage this increased NAD+ to support enzymes like PARPs, involved in DNA repair, and sirtuins, which regulate metabolism and cell survival. While these enzymes protect healthy cells from genomic instability, in cancer cells, they can be reprogrammed to maintain malignancy and resist therapies. For example, some tumors rely on SIRT1 not to promote longevity, as it does in normal tissue, but to evade apoptosis and keep proliferating. It's the cellular version of using yoga skills to dodge the law. This leads to a central dilemma. Could giving niacin or NAD+ precursors to cancer patients be like throwing fuel on a biochemical bonfire? The answer depends on timing, context, and the tumor's metabolic wiring. Certain cancers, especially those with upregulated NEMPT, the rate-limiting enzyme in NAD+ salvage, are particularly reliant on NAD+ production. In these cases, blocking NAD+ synthesis, not boosting it, may be a promising therapeutic strategy. That's why NEMPT inhibitors are being explored as cancer treatments. Starve the cancer cells of NAD+, and you might push them over the edge into metabolic collapse. But the story isn't entirely grim for niacin. In some cases, it plays a protective, even therapeutic role, particularly outside the tumor. Niacin has been explored to help mitigate chemotherapy side effects like neurotoxicity, fatigue, and even mucositis, all of which can be worsened by systemic NAD+ depletion. Chemotherapy and radiation inflict oxidative and DNA damage not only on cancer cells, but on healthy cells as well. By helping replenish NAD+ stores, niacin may improve mitochondrial function and cellular repair in normal tissue, allowing patients to tolerate aggressive treatment regimens with fewer complications. Interestingly, there's also evidence that niacin might have an anti-tumor effect in specific contexts. Some preclinical studies suggest that niacin can induce cell cycle arrest or even apoptosis in certain cancer cell lines. It may also reduce inflammation, often a critical driver of tumor initiation, by modulating prostaglandin pathways and cytokine release. In colorectal cancer models, for instance, niacin has shown potential in reducing tumor burden, especially when inflammation is a contributing factor. But again, this is highly context-dependent and not a carte blanche endorsement. The real tension here isn't whether niacin is good or bad. It's that it might be both, depending on the tissue type, the tumor's genetic profile, and the timing of administration. Niacin in the context of cancer prevention is a very different beast than niacin during active tumor growth. Add in individual variability in NAD+ metabolism, the gut microbiome's role in niacin conversion, and possible interactions with cancer drugs, and suddenly it's a nutrient walking a tightrope. What's clear is that blanket niacin supplementation in cancer patients, especially at high doses, isn't a risk-free endeavor. Until we better understand a tumor's metabolic fingerprint, supporting NAD+ too aggressively may help the cancer as much as the patient. Conversely, targeted and timed niacin use, particularly as part of recovery support or in NAD-depleting regimens, could provide meaningful benefits without aiding the malignancy. So, is niacin a friend or foe in cancer metabolism? It's a frenemy, a nutrient that demands nuance, precision, and a whole lot of molecular context. The goal isn't to cancel niacin, but to better understand how and when to invite it to the table. Because in the war on cancer, even the most well-meaning allies can accidentally supply the wrong side, especially when metabolism is the battlefield.